Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next Space Camp Hall of Fame inductee, Dr. Michelle Christensen, inducted into this astute category tonight by Hall of Fame members Vincent Vazzo, Marlene Mackey, and Jim Allen.
It's so exciting to be back here. This place has played such a huge role in my life. As you saw, since I was 5 years old, I've been totally excited about space. And that's kind of an interesting thing because I grew up in a very small town, and I was really the only kid I knew that was super into space. In fact, most kids had no interest at all. At school, other students would see me reading the Space Shuttle Operator's Manual and ask if I was studying to be an astronaut. I replied yes, and then became very embarrassed because no other kids I knew were studying to be astronauts. I came to Space Academy when I was 14, and for the first time in my life, I wasn't the nerdy, weird kid. I was just like everyone else. Kids from all over the world came together to accomplish the greatest mission of our lives. We flew to space, built a new space station, and conducted on-orbit experiments. We had to work hard, communicate well, and solve problems to have a successful mission. When I came back for Advanced Space Academy, where the missions are more complicated, this was even more apparent. Back home, I miss the camaraderie of a team of highly motivated people working toward a common goal. I kept in touch with many of the friends I made, and when I returned as a counselor, I continued to build my team. That team has now turned into a network of lifelong friends. Many of them are here today. I wouldn't be here without you all. I started thinking about what Space Camp really meant to me, and I realized that in every major accomplishment, I was a part of a team of highly exceptional people. And reflecting back on my time at Space Camp, I realized that that's the biggest lesson I learned, was how much you can accomplish working with a team of highly motivated individuals. I've carried this lesson with me, and I found it especially useful throughout my career. The most exciting moment of my life was the first successful landing of Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket. If you haven't seen the 400 Happy Rocket Scientists video on YouTube, you need to Google it. It's a video of the Blue Origin team watching that first landing, and it captures the true joy and emotion of a successful team that had worked for a very long time to accomplish a mission. I spent part of my first year at Blue designing the reaction control system and was super excited to see it fly. When the rocket landed, my first thought was, thank goodness my parts worked. You never want to be the reason that a mission fails. And then I started thinking, holy cow, the engine restarted and throttled down and shut down all at the right time. And then the aerodynamics, the control surfaces, the avionics, all the electronics, everything, every part on that rocket had to function as it was intended in order for the mission to succeed, which meant every person on that team had to be successful at their task for us to accomplish the mission. That type of success is only achieved when people work together and communicate effectively. I knew what that looked like because those are skills that I learned here at Space Camp. Now I work on the BE-4 engine that will someday be used to fly people and satellites to orbit. Engine development is pretty challenging. We work really long days in a fast-paced environment. We deal with a lot of extremes that come along with a high-thrust rocket engine, and we test in a remote test site, which adds a lot of communication complications. But we work very hard, and every day I'm amazed at how intelligent all of my coworkers are, and how hard we're willing to work together to see this engine fly. That's how I know that we will succeed again as a team. I recently found my Space Academy logbook, and there's a journal in it filled with stories that I wrote all about the friends that I made here, the missions that we did, and all the fun that we had together. It ended with, I now end the most fun, exciting, and altogether best 6 days of my whole life. So my time here set me up for success in a challenging field, showing me that what you can accomplish as part of a great team. So thank you to all of my teams, my new Space Camp Hall of Fame team, which have welcomed me so kindly, my family, who is my first original team, my friends, colleagues, and of course Space Camp. We've accomplished some really cool things together, and I can't wait to see what's next.